Hello everybody and welcome back to Big Dan's channel. I am, of course, as always, Big Dan, and today I am going to be reviewing the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Let's be honest, you knew this was coming, I knew this was coming, it was inevitable. But unlike the 1993 film, I have to say this one is actually quite good. I'll admit that I haven't actually seen the 1993 film, but I know it's apparently atrocious, and I've seen images, and well, I have functioning eyeballs. So yeah, this one was quite good. I'd say the Chris Pratt as the voice of Mario. I thought that was going to be quite annoying to us and just not feel like it was fitting, but in all honesty, I actually forgave it quite soon on. It helped that I was in the 4D experience for this one, where the chairs move about and you get water on your face and stuff like that. One of the funniest moments I will always remember from this experience is a drunk guy in like the row in front. The song Mr. Blue Sky comes on at one point, and you see this drunk guy on the row in front of us going like this with his head. I pointed it out to Matthew from Blue Web Network, who I saw this with. Yeah, so that was an interesting experience. But no, it was quite a fun watch. I'd say my only main problem with it is Bowser. The kind of subplot that's existed in a lot of games where Bowser's always trying to marry Princess Peach after capturing her. It's so cringe to watch. It's just bad, and no, nobody wants to watch this, I assure you. It's so bad, and thankfully it's only like there's only maybe 3 scenes of it in the film, and they're not very long each one. But yeah, they really could have done without it, or at least shortening it down, because yeah, I just did not want to watch that. But however, I will say the music choices during these scenes included are actually quite good, and it's a nice little Easter egg for like the Mario songs that anyone who's a big fan of will recognise. As well as that, it's quite humorous. Like, even though this is a children's film, because come on, it's, you know, it is quite humorous to watch, and it did have us laughing quite a bit, helped by the suicidal Luna character who is in some of the trailers. That's not a spoiler, by the way. The story itself is okay, I'd say. It's serviceable and pretty simple because it's a kids film. It does stick to like what you conventionally expect from like a Mario game, and that, Mario's got to like save a character. This case, Luigi. Princess Peach is in it, obviously, voiced by Anya Taylor-Joy. It was quite enjoyable an experience. She does have Princess Peach. She does admittedly have the problem being that girl boss, which is not a phrase I like using. Plot that they tried giving her, just no. Like, for example, there's one scene where it's like an obstacle course he's got to do and he's struggling on it, and then she says, relax, it took me tons of tries. He goes, you did it on your first try, didn't you? And it's like, did you? Hell, you did not do that course on your first try. It's easily forgiven though. And yeah, it was just enjoyable. The animation was brilliant, like well lit, well designed, everything. Voices fit, including, as I said, Chris Pratt after a while. Bowser by Jack Black, I always suspected that was going to be great, and it was. Paced fairly well, I'd say. There is one character missing who I noticed early on and was hoping he'd come in. He never appears, but the film is set up for a sequel in the post-credit scene, and it's revealed that he's going to be in it, or at least hinted towards, but pretty obvious. And hopefully the sequel is quite good, and this was genuinely quite a good, nice surprise. I wasn't sure if this was going to be very good, and I thought it could have been quite poor and potentially actually worse than the 93 film. But no, it was actually quite an enjoyable experience overall, and it currently actually takes second place out of all the films I've seen at the cinema so far this year. Of course, as always, you can check my Letterboxd account, which I mentioned in a previous video, to see me full in-depth reviews, which are probably more coherent than these video ones. Overall, because of how much I genuinely enjoyed this and was surprised by how good it was, my final verdict for the Super Mario Bros. Movie is an 8 out of 10, because, as I said, it was just enjoyable. That number immediately came to us when I was thinking what I give it out of 10. Just felt right. A 9 seemed a little bit of a push with some of the problems I mentioned, but it was still very enjoyable. Easter eggs were great throughout. It was a Mario fan's dream, really. And yeah, it just worked. I don't really know how else to put it. So if you are a Mario fan or you have children, I highly recommend this as one that you go to see, because I assure you it will be worth your time and money. As always, I am Big Dan. Thank you for watching my review. I know it's been a while since I've last done one. I'll try maybe doing a few more every now and then. And I am out. Peace.